In this lesson, we're going to look at starting and stopping the GIMP, which actually can be a little complicated. It has its nuances. And we're going to look at the three windows that open when you start the GIMP. So here's our GIMP symbol. This is Wilbur down here on my taskbar. And to start the GIMP, I just left click on that symbol. We can see GIMP loading files and so on, and it comes up. Now, you have three windows in the GIMP, and you can move them around. They're just standard windows for an application. The one that I like on the left, that looks rather long and has all these tools up on the top, is the toolbox. The second window I call the layers window, although it has more than layers in it. It has channels, paths, and the undo history as well. But because it always selects layers first, I always think of it as the layers window. I don't know what its real name is. And then over here is the image manipulation window. This is where the main menu is, where you get access to all of your menu commands. It's also where all of the action and drawing occurs. Now, right now we don't have anything open, so all we have is a silhouette of Wilbur here in an area that we can't edit. We need to create a new image, or let's go ahead and open some existing images so that I can show you what happens when you actually have an image you're working on. I'm going to go to Pictures, and I have a couple of images set up that we're going to work in later classes. So let's open up A1 here. This is our Last Divine book cover, and what I want to point out here is that you can have multiple images open and be working on them at the same time. You have one toolbox, one layers window, and multiple image manipulation windows. And let me show you what I mean by going and File, Opening another image that I have saved. This is something else that we're going to be working on later, which is 3D spheres. And this is a logo that I produced using 3D spheres in the GIMP. Now notice I've got both windows here open. And also notice what happens here in the layers window when I change image manipulation windows. Here, you can see here the layers are completely different, so it modifies the contents of these two windows based on which image manipulation window you're working on. So you've got to pick the window that you want to work on to start working with tools and the layers menu. Now this is also kind of strange. Watch this. I'm going to minimize this. This is the way you get images out of your way, and it comes down here and it becomes now. Notice that there's two images that I can pick here for the GIMP to open up. I have one open. Now, we know to kill the GIMP, right, to stop the GIMP, all we do is we click on this X in the upper right-hand corner. Watch what happens. Oh no, we have no image manipulation window and the GIMP is still running. We have the toolbox and the layers windows here. Why is that? Why didn't it shut down? Well, all we did was kill that one image. We still have another one open here that's minimized. So we've got to bring that up, and if we want to get out, we go ahead and we kill that too. Now we're presented with the empty image manipulation window. And finally, if we kill this, the GIMP goes down. So killing the GIMP can be a little complicated at times. Notice if I start it up again, if I have multiple images open, that there is an option here under File called Quit. This will actually quit the GIMP, and it will ask you to save your work if you have unsaved work in any of your image manipulation windows, and then it will close them all and bring the GIMP down. So that's the three windows. We have the toolbox window, which has all the tools that we can use to manipulate an image. We have what I call the layers window, which has other useful things like layers, channels, paths, and the undo history in it. And finally, we have the image manipulation window, which has the main menu on top. So that's what you're going to see. And to kill it, generally, yeah, click this X up here, but remember it can get a little complicated if you have multiple images open and some of them are minimized. One thing that I want to point out about these windows before we go is that they actually are composed of other windows. For instance, look here at the toolbox. It has all the tools up at the top, and in the bottom are the tools options. As I change tools, the options for those tools change. For instance, here's the rotate tool, and here are the rotate tool options. Here's the scale tool options, the text options. Additionally, these windows can be moved around and resized. So if I grab any of the side and get this double arrow, I can go ahead and make the window wider. I can make the window taller, and so on. Now, what I like to do, and you may want to do this too so that you can easily follow along with me, is I like to have my tools 6 tools wide. And that ends up defining a row and column pattern that if you follow along with me here, you'll have a much easier time following the lecture. So make your toolbox 6 tools wide by dragging it around if it isn't. Now, I'll see you in the next lecture where we're actually going to start working on our first project.